looking at rams and elks and This is some old, you know, ancient that the Rams did in the 1800s, you know what I'm saying, to prove their toughness in order to gain the stability. Oh, he double teaming his ass. That's football dude. That must be his son or something. It's supposed to be one-on-one fights. Then he doubled his ass up. I never understood Rams. Why do they do this? What do they get out of this? Some ugly too. Is them Rams or Billy Goats? Well, what I've learned from watching this is Jack
That guy's good, he's strong. Don't let him get your back. It is just a matter of time to get your back. Oh, what a way to start the week.
Go until you throw up. That's what I usually do. My name is Andrew Rivas, and I've been training since September 2021. So back then I was at Gi Gym in Arcadia, and I trained there for about a year. And then I switched over to 10th Planet Covina once I started going to school, like 8 minutes down the street. And I switched because I was really into NoGi. At the old Gi Gym, they had NoGi once a week, like on Fridays. And I'd show up all the time on those Fridays. I'd skip sometimes the Gi just because it wasn't as fun or interesting. But I really just fell in love with NoGi Jiu Jitsu. I prefer NoGi because it's a little faster paced. There isn't as much stalling. I feel like in Gi Jiu Jitsu, people hold on to grips for a long time and it slows everything down. I also prefer just the submissions that you're looking for in NoGi. I'm really into leg locks. I'm really into taking the back. I'm really into front headlock chokes and all that stuff. Submission is definitely RNC. Just because it's the submission I'm the most knowledgeable about, and I know it's also the most high percentage submission. So that's kind of why actually I learned about it the most, just because I had heard it was the most high percentage. So I'm like, oh, might as well invest as much time as possible into learning just all the details in it. And so yeah, that's why I prefer the RNC. I also like strangles too. Leg locks are cool, but it's just a much more empowering feeling when you're just strangling someone than when you're breaking them. Like, comment, subscribe, 10th Planet Covina. I think this channel is gonna grow a lot and we're trying to put exciting content, so just be in tune with that. I would just say, just like the love of the sport. Jiu-Jitsu involves my body and mind in just a complete way that no other activity does out there for me. I also like lifting weights and running, but Jiu-Jitsu, it's just addicting. I feel like just learning all the different techniques, all the different strategies and positions, you could get lost in it and you can just basically think about it forever if you're really into it. So I'm about to graduate from college in 2 weeks, and so it's been really busy with school lately, so I haven't had as much training time as possible. But definitely this summer I'm gonna be able to train a lot more and compete a lot more. And so I'm just looking to compete as much as possible this summer and just see how I fare against the competition and then go from there. Long-term goals, I'm not really sure. I mean, I plan to do Jiu-Jitsu my whole life just because I love it. Whether it turns into a profession or not, doesn't really matter as much to me. I just care about doing Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, definitely. So Actually, it was when I first started training here. That was the year after COVID, and the COVID year was really hard for me just because I was pretty isolated. I was staying in a lot, and also like school was on Zoom, and that was pretty miserable for me. Starting to train and be in person at school at the same time, or just training when I started in-person school helped me a lot, just because I was more anxious in general since I'd been so lonely. And then also I would say Jiu Jitsu has helped me in just staying calm in stressful circumstances. I've had other circumstances in my life that have brought a lot of stress to me, and I feel like in Jiu Jitsu there's a lot of moments in time where like you're close to getting submitted, or you're just being like suffocated, someone's like pinning you down. And you have to stay calm, because if you start freaking out, they'll take advantage of it and they'll either like get a submission on you or advance the position. But staying calm is really the key, because you're able to start thinking about your escapes, whether you're escaping a submission or just like escaping mount. So right now my jiu-jitsu game is really just centered on taking the back. So I prefer starting from standing, and I usually will get the back from like a wrestling exchange from Turtle. If not that, maybe my opponent I'm mounting them and I get the gift wrap. The gift wrap is like one of my best ways that I get the back. And then my guard isn't that great, but when I do play guard, I try to get to leg locks. And if not the leg lock, I try to get the sweep at least and come up on top.
It's hard on this guy. He's skilled and he's physical too. But he was taking it easy on me.
Why are you taking it easy on Kui, bro? The other way around, he's taking it easy on me.
And then I think like looking forward and like improving my jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna have to work on just getting better at guard retention for sure, and then also escaping. A lot of the time someone will just like pin me down really hard and I'm just like, I feel stuck. I have a few escapes, but I feel like there's definitely a lot more I can learn in like the realm of just being pinned down and trying to escape. I would think it would look a lot like my coaches, just because I'm also influenced by them. So I take inspiration from my coaches. I also take inspiration from my teammates, and then also like some people online too. So black belt version is gonna look probably like really just solidifying the mount and just making people suffer from mount. Right now my mount game is okay, but I feel like I'm a little bit too loose. I don't really know how to pin someone down really well. I kind of just rely on them like giving some sort of back exposure, maybe some arm exposure. So it's definitely gonna be like a more controlled game rather than a movement-based game, for sure. Yeah, definitely Kui, just because he's been coaching me for such a long time. And then also Danny. I haven't gotten to a lot of his classes, but the classes I have attended from him have been very valuable as well. And then also just to my teammates too. They're really great people. They're really good at jiu-jitsu.
What happened?
I don't know.
You got tapped?
Yeah.
By what?
Armbar. Right there. That was nice.
And they make me feel welcomed here at this gym. Oh, okay, that's probably gonna be Thursdays definitely, because Thursdays I have this like long homework assignment that's always due like at 10 p.m. so I'm always like stressing about it. And usually I'm like really sleep deprived leading up to a Thursday. So that's definitely probably the worst day. Also, it's like the advanced class day, so you have all the best people here on Thursdays. So if you're already feeling tired, they're gonna make you suffer if they want to. Usually like at nighttime, usually I'm like sort of getting ready to go to sleep and I'm just like on Instagram, just scrolling through reels. I'll sometimes just save certain reels on a folder if it's something that I want to drill or test out with teammates. I do a lot of that stuff. Sometimes you see those reels where people are doing like crazy things or they're not really explaining anything. I tend to skip over those reels just because I don't find it very helpful to me. It's entertaining sometimes. But one of my favorite things to do on Instagram is just collect more information of jiu-jitsu via reels. Okay, I'll say he's my least favorite and also my favorite partner. I'll give like reasons for both. So least favorite is definitely Nathan, but he's also my first favorite. So like yeah, I don't know, he just makes me suffer. Like when he's on top, it just feels like you're dying. Like it's not just that he's heavy, he knows how to put weight on you. I think it might be because of his wrestling background. He just knows how to distribute his weight, side control, north, south, mount, knee on belly, just anywhere. And if you try to escape, he's just gonna like switch to another position and make you suffer more. I literally just tapped today to his pressure. He just laid on my chest. He's going for a Kimura, but he put all his body weight on my chest and I just couldn't breathe at all. I'd say just come back. Like, if you're nervous, jiu-jitsu really helps with nerves in the first place. So sometimes like if you're off like from an injury or from sickness or you just have something going on in life, like you might feel nervous to come back to jiu-jitsu just because your skill isn't in tip-top shape, it's not very sharp. But I would say just come anyways, because usually we underestimate ourselves. I've had different stages in my life where like I had to take a break from jiu-jitsu, and then I felt like kind of worried, like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna be coming back. But then I surprised myself. I end up coming back, I end up getting some really cool submissions, and then I'm back in the groove again. So that's my advice.